Have you been drinking the same coffee for so long that you can't even taste it anymore? Are you tired of spending $15 on a bag of coffee that you don't even like? Then this coffee show is for you. Welcome to the Bracketology of Coffee, Season 2, Round 2. The theme of this season is inexpensive coffee. Every bag was purchased at Walmart and the average price per bag is only $5.05. For this round, let me introduce the competitors. First off, we have Dunkin Donuts Original Blend. Their origin is not disclosed. 12 ounces goes for $5.68. It's a medium roast, and they ranked number 4 in my brackets. Going up against McCafé Premium Roast. The origin is Central and South America. 12 ounces goes for $5.23. It's a medium roast, and they ranked number 5 in my brackets. I feel like this is going to be a great competition. They're both really solid coffees, obviously very popular. You see them all over the place. So this is how the competition works. I prepare them in a French press. The recipe I use is 1 tablespoon of coffee grounds to every 5 ounces of water. I steep it for 4 minutes, and the competition consists of 2 halves. The first half, I drink them black, and the second half, I add a little bit of cream. And each round, they'll be scored out of 100. So let me go get these coffees steeping, and I'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. Coffee's been steeped for 4 minutes and we are ready to rock and roll. I've got 2 housekeeping items before we get started. First off, I am not a super taster. 25% of the population is thought to be a super taster, and I simply consider myself an average taster. So this is a very casual coffee competition. We're just here to have some fun. What I look for in coffee is drinkability, something that is smooth and flavorful with a pleasing aftertaste. And something that's very interesting about these 2 coffees is that McDonald's actually beat out Starbucks about 10 years ago in a National Consumer Reports coffee competition. Dunkin Donuts was in that competition as well. So I feel like whichever one of these coffees wins is going to go pretty far in these brackets. So it'll be interesting to see. I'll put some coffee tips on the screen for you. Hopefully those are helpful. And the way this works, I drink it twice. The first taste is just for an overview, and then the second taste, I'll give them a score. So let's get this thing going. I'm going to start off by tasting Dunkin Donuts Original Blend. That coffee's delicious. The first impression is very good. The aftertaste isn't as great as the first taste for me, but we'll see how it tastes on the second taste. Now let's get an overview of the McCafé Premium Roast. Not getting a lot of flavor out of that, but that's why I do the overview, because the second time I go back, I might be able to catch some notes of certain types of flavors and whatnot. So let's go ahead and give Dunkin Donuts a score. We'll give it another taste. Here we go. It's a solid coffee. I think I'm going to give them an 84. And now for the McCafe. I'm just not catching any flavors. It's very smooth, and it doesn't have a bad aftertaste, so that's a positive. But it is lacking just a tiny bit of flavor for me. I'm going to give them an 82. So I'm going to go ahead and pause the video, add a little bit of half and half, and we'll be back to taste them again. I'll be right back. All right, we're back for the second half of this competition. So for those of you that have been watching some of the previous rounds, you know that when I add half and half, it typically enhances the flavor quite a bit. And a thought just crossed my mind, actually. I like to drink my coffee hot, like really hot. And I've always tried to figure out why the half and half adds so much flavor. And I think it might be because it does bring the temperature down a bit. And so my mouth is not so focused on the heat of the coffee, but it's actually able to absorb the flavors. And obviously half and half has a little bit of fat, so that can't hurt either. So I think it's probably those are the two reasons that it tends to add flavor. But regardless, let's go ahead and get the second half going. Let's start out with the Dunkin' Donuts. Same thing, I'll taste them twice, once for the overview and score them on the second time. Oh man, that is so much better. I can smell it and I can taste it quite a bit better with the half and half. So let's go and give a shot on this McCafe here. Very solid coffee. Still lacks in the flavor department just a little bit for me. So it'll be interesting to see how that plays out when I go ahead and score it. Typically how I do my scoring is when I go to taste it, a number just simply pops into my mind and I feel like I've got to go with that number. So obviously based on the overview taste as well, that all kind of plays into it. But so let's go ahead and give Dunkin' Donuts a score. Here we go. Man, that is really good with a half and half. I think I've got all kinds of numbers popping in my mind here. I got to give them a 90. I mean, it is way better with half and half. Now for the McCafe. So the McCafe, it has a really solid coffee flavor, and it is very drinkable. The Dunkin' Donuts just happens to add something above and beyond that. It's got extra flavors in it that kind of put them above McCafe in this competition. But regardless, on McCafe, I'm going to give them an 86. So give me a second to tally these results, and we'll be back to declare a winner in this round 2 competition. Thanks for watching. We're back to declare a winner in this round 2 competition. I'm going to do something new in this segment. If you saw my previous video, something popped into my mind, it goes back to my marketing days. The Net Promoter Score. Would you recommend our product to a friend or family member? So in addition to declaring a winner and tallying the results to get a total score, I'm also going to either give them a recommendation or a disrecommendation. And that's basically based on would I buy it again? And would I recommend it to my parents, that kind of thing. So let's go ahead and get started with the Dunkin' Donuts. They scored an 84 in the first half, a 90 in the second half, for a total of 174. And I definitely would recommend them, and I will be buying this one again. Going up against McCafe, they scored an 82 in the first half, 86 in the second half, for a total of 168. And I will also be buying this one again. Definitely recommend them. But round two, they just could not handle Dunkin Donuts, the big dog in this competition. This is delicious, especially with the half and half. I highly recommend them. So they are our round two winner. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. We'll see you next time.